I'm Richard Lewis from Cadredteers.org. I'm here with a familiar face to all of our readers and viewers. It's of course Socke. We love him, he loves us. So, one thing you probably don't love is the way this tournament went for you. It could have gone a lot better, and I think a lot of people had really high hopes for you and thought you were going to be a surprise package. Didn't quite happen like that. What went wrong?
Well, usually I do rather well at offline events, but since the last MLG, I had to play like 2 TSI qualifiers and an EPS Cup, so 3 tournaments a week, and I didn't play too well. Like I make bad mistakes and can't concentrate well. I'm not sure, but I haven't been playing too well over the last couple of weeks, so dropping out the group stage here wasn't a big surprise to me. But especially how the games went against Nama. Once again, I did many silly mistakes, and I feel I should beat Nama and should have beat him the way the games went. Todd played well. I'm not that good at PvP, and the loss against him were okay. And yeah, the match against Nurture didn't really matter then anymore. So yeah, just the game against Nama. Like if I focus well, then I should win that.
Your teammate Cloud kind of hinted in his interview, I don't know if he meant to say it, but he might have dropped you in it, so I apologise. But he said that he felt you didn't practice enough before this. Is that true? Should he have said that? Is that accurate?
Well, he always says that I don't practice enough. But I don't know. I feel that playing 10 hours a day, if you can't really focus, and you're not really there with your whole mind, and you don't have the energy right now, then playing that many games isn't that useful. So for me, when I practice, I mostly practice only when I feel like I can practice well. I don't see a big benefit from bad practice. So maybe I don't grind as many games as other people do, but when I play, I'm like 100% there and doing focused training for specific stuff.
So you believe in quality over quantity. I was talking to Destiny as well earlier, and he said if you want to beat a Korean, you just got to play as much as a Korean, 10 hours every day without fail. But you don't believe that to be true?
Well, it's certainly helpful. Like if you have the time and the right schedule to have 10 hours, like let's say if you can get 6 hours of quality practice and then 4 hours of just grinding games stupidly, then that is better than just 6 hours of dedicated practice. But yeah, for me personally, I just don't see a big gain from grinding that many games. And also, yeah, I had so many events recently with the events in the US and lots of traveling. So I get tired from those, and oftentimes I take like a whole week off after like such a big offline event, which I always find very exhausting. And I didn't get to do that this time because of all the important qualifiers that are happening online at the moment. So. Yeah.
You've been to all of the Home Story Cups, I think, since the very first one. What is it that brings you back? I mean, apart from the fact it's a relatively local event for you, and you know Dennis quite well, but I mean, what is it about the Home Story Cup you particularly like?
Well, food is great. Yeah. I don't know, just compared to like especially trade fairs and other offline events, it's much more convenient environment to play in. Like you got your free space. When you're up there, there's not that many fans like stopping you on the way to the toilet in between matches or something for autographs. And yeah, I don't know. It's just it's not a relaxed atmosphere. It's still very competitive, but you get to like have your own free room, and it's just very convenient.
In terms of take, obviously, a friend of yours and a guy who's so well positioned in the German scene. Can you tell us a little bit about why he's so highly thought of and so well regarded? That's what happens whenever you talk about take. That's how well regarded he is. The church just starts playing bells every time you mention his name.
Yeah, I think he just puts in a lot of work and effort, and he's very passionate about this whole thing. I mean, by now he's invested quite a lot. Maybe also took some risks financially, and yeah, it paid off. And yeah, he's just putting in lots of time and effort, and it's paying off, and people appreciate the hard work he does.
But I mean, as well as all of that, though, he seems to be almost like, I know he's probably going too far to say he's a bit like kind of a boxer or someone like that in terms of how well he looks after the players and looks after players' interests. But he was saying he really does care about players' welfare, and that's why they want to come to his events, because he makes sure they have a good time, he makes sure they're well looked after.
Yeah, that's true. At some events, or sometimes in tournaments, it feels like you got to look out for the stream and then the sponsors, and like the players always come last. Like if there's some delays or like if the stream issues and time is delayed, yeah, then you don't get any warm-up time. You don't get any setup time. It's like oftentimes, yeah, but just because we don't have any real leverage to like enforce our interests, many people don't feel like they have to take care of us. Some still do, and that's great. But yeah, I mean, he was a pro player in Warcraft 3 as well, so, and he has pretty good relationships, at least with the German pro scene. So yeah, he knows what it's like to be a player, and he knows us. And I think if the players are treated better, it's better for the tournament overall. Like if we feel happy, everybody else is going to be more happy as well.
I wanted to interview Dark Force, but he just ninja vanished the minute the kind of tournament for him came to an end. Is that out of character? I mean, can you maybe give us some insight into how upset he was at losing his game?
Well, he was upset a bit, but that's not the reason that he vanished. It's just that well, he traveled out like 6 hours or so to get here, and once he was done for the tournament, was like, should I be here 3 days and maybe a couple of beers and watch StarCraft and do fan signings, or do I want to be at home and like use my time more efficiently? It's just that I feel like he'd just rather be at home than hang out at a tournament not playing. So he wasn't that upset. It's just that he wants to use the time better.
I got to ask you something as well. Like, I don't know if you've been asked this before, but I don't know if a lot of people know that you're in a band and you're kind of a rock god. I've seen the photos of you. Yeah, I have. I got shown some as part of my research. You know, you're kind of a celebrity now in terms of what you do with, you know, StarCraft 2, and I've seen you signing posters and people coming around and wanting to get to know you. What I'm going to ask is, if you had the chance, like say your band got signed, would you totally leave StarCraft 2 to go and be a rock star and be like, bye-bye?
Well, that's totally out of the question. Well, at least at the moment for music, we just do a couple of shows a year and never practice, and it's just a couple of friends and me having fun. So it's not that serious, but yeah.
Theoretically, if you were to get signed off the back of one of those shows.
Well, there's more money in it, isn't it? But I'd still be playing and watching StarCraft some. I'd probably still be good, but yeah, of course I'd do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, I thought you were going to be all diplomatic and be like, no way, I love StarCraft 2. That's what you have to say. What about the rest of the guys in alternate? Because I think you're kind of the standout name. I think you're the one who gets the most attention. Are you still very close, like, you know, as a team? Because is it not a bit strange sometimes, like being the star and then, you know, you've got to then kind of go to events with your friends and hang out?
Well, no, it's not really weird. We still get along very well. Not only with the alternate guys, like the German scene, at least many of the good German players. We have like Skype chat, we hang around at events, like we get to go to dinner together. And we just talk a lot in general. And with Cloud, I also get along very well with him. And I don't see any hindrance with like me being the most successful player there so far. I don't feel that has any impact on our relationship.
But do you feel like the star player though?
Oh well, I had the most success so far, so I guess I am.
That's good. I tricked you into saying that. You didn't want to. Okay, so let's talk a bit about usual stuff. Predictions. How do you see this tournament going? Who do you think's going to win it? Who would you like to win it? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think the favorites for me would be MC, Sase, MVP, and then the Korean Zergs. I don't really know, but I think Sleep might also have a shot at it. Like I don't know him that well, but I think he might have potential to win it. Who I'd like to win? Well, I think I'll be rooting for Hessops now. Because we get along well. We talk strategy, and he just came down. Like I think he beat Happy. So.
It's breaking news in the middle of an interview. Like you can hear over the bells. It looks like he might have just won. So
yeah, that would mean the advance to the round of 8, and at that point, it's only 3 more people to beat, and I don't think he has chances to win it, to be honest. But would be nice. I'd be happy for him. And
I mean, is there anyone that you feel might surprise? Because I know, like, we've seen some of the Koreans slip up, and people are blaming jet lag and things like that. I mean, do you still see a Korean ultimately winning the event?
Yeah, I think it's most likely. I think it's pretty clear that Koreans are like overall the best players at this point in time. You shouldn't be too surprised if a Korean loses to a good foreigner, like a top Korean loses to a top foreigner. But yeah, overall they're better. But if at an event like this we have 30 non-Koreans and like 3 Koreans, then I wouldn't be too surprised to see a non-Korean winning.
And just as a final question, what's next for you? Because like you say, you do get around, you go to loads of offline events, you're always playing in online qualifiers, you know, you're a busy guy. So where are you going to be next?
I think I'll be at the Gamescom. I hope to qualify for IEM, and I think there's going to be some other events there as well. EPFs, there's 2 qualifier cups left, and I think I'll make the playoffs. So I'll be at the EPS playoffs and also the Assembly Land, which is upcoming in like a month or so. I think I want to go there, and I hope I'm in good shape. You know, if I'm not in good shape at that point, then I'm not going to go. But I think I'll be there.
Well, I hope to see you there, and I hope you do much better than you have here. It's one of those things, but at least you can sit back and enjoy it with a few beers now. And all the people out there at cadred.org, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more video interviews like this one, except hopefully without the fucking bell ringer from the Home Story Cup 5 in Krefeld.